fun fact in how I approach Impossible as a cover from Exit Eden's translation, which I'm sure, based on my early familiarity of them and experience I'm taking along with you, and is, as promised, a full artist sweep of whatever is available, notably a full album run-through of Rhapsodies in Black, which, on our first free steps, I'm really enjoying, having just finished a reintroduction experience with the Backstreet Boys cover for Incomplete, which was beautiful, and Impossible from memory. Because as I detailed before in our preceding encounter, it's been several months since I first engaged with this group. I've been meaning to return as quickly as possible, but technically I did. Thus far, I've witnessed the first 5 entries from Exit Eden's Rhapsodies in Black. But due to a technological failure that did affect not only Exit Eden but some other groups, there was an audio error in the way that our first impression witness, as I first promised you, translated on a full recording. And unfortunately, though I tried to salvage, I'm not that proficient in terms of Audacity. I did try, though, to make an effort to preserve it. I couldn't fix the audio, which was quite faint and should have been picked up by my phone. But unfortunately, it's not. I'm probably in need to get a new upgrade, more than likely. But I have found a workaround for the time being that I think will mitigate such issues for the future, hopefully, because I'm not happy that it affected not only our time with Exit Eden, but Red, Glory Hammer. I'm really disappointed in technology right now, but you make the best with the cards life gives you. And in Exit Eden, it's fun either way to approach their works, I guess. Certainly on experience of what I just humored again through a reintroduction, or upcoming again a return to the fresh impression witness that I thought we would continue down the path of. But as I said with Incomplete, I've intentionally stayed away from the numbers I'm exposed to for some time so this can be as fresh of a return journey as possible to a group that I quite love right now, and I think you will too. However you approach not just in familiarity, again, I want this to be a welcome space for anybody, whether you happen to be a longtime fan of Exit Eden or a developing or initiate listener like myself. Quite a powerful name so far in symphonic metal energy, a favored space for me in terms of metal languages, and I keep a broad window of applicability for anything we humor together in quite a vast supply of musical or collaborative music considerations of many artists in terms of name potency and where we're placed in a journey together. But this group has really impressed me. An international supergroup made up of 4 incredible talented ladies from a French, Brazilian, German-American, and American background. Each one incredibly defined range and power in their voices. Regardless, again, my familiarity of approach, with an evolving door to any of them I've not yet welcomed a deeper dive. The bridge, of course, that brought me in, Clementine Delani, of course, we took that journey for Visions of Atlantis, and upcoming Phantom Elite. I haven't done that one yet, but I have for, that's for Marina La Torraca, Anna Brunner, League of Distortion. I loved that ride, I can't wait to post. And Amanda Somerville, upcoming. And she might not be any longer with the group, it's now just the other 3, but the window we're taking in terms of exploration, all 4 of them, when they blend together, real powerhouse of delivery, truly. And on individual standing, an experience I revere. And I love with music, I hope you do too. I crave this in terms of enjoyment. And I do think the collaborative route that we take to explorations and enrichment of enjoying pieces at a much deeper level, especially on introductory status or near that, again, with Impossible. Quite a compelling piece again, by the way. As I always approach a collaborative work, I take time to investigate the original appearance to best compare the work that the translation is inspired by and how it compares and contrasts, certainly with a general presumed reverence. And I remember this in effect, that Impossible, I don't remember exactly every facet of the song because again, it's been some time, but the original piece, that same effect was felt in Exit Eden's retooling to a Gothic symphonic style. But Impossible from Shontelle, a fresh introduction for me, in fact, to my first ever, if I'm pronouncing it right, Barbadian artist, I think. But a fun pop tune, one of the great key, beautiful picks in regards to different instrumental use and scoring. I was quite impressed by that original number. But to the retooling, I certainly remember in response, fittingly, I loved Exit Eden's version. We're about to re-welcome it together, though for the first time appearance's sake, it looks like a fresh introduction, and it might, I wish it were, technically, but because there's a lot of surprise we had, and we'll return to that imminently, but even on reintroduction, Exit Eden is quite a great group to perhaps introduce you to. Every piece so far, 3 entries in, I've really liked. Let's continue the ride down Exit Eden with Impossible, in returning, finally, and almost closing out the journey of reintroductions, getting back to the fresh introduction territory for the artist deep dives you know I love to take, with Shontelle, retold in a technically I think there are probably maybe some Gothic tones that come up. I recognize that at least some part of the first 3, but of capability on vocal execution, any piece from Exit Eden impresses. And I remember in effect, Impossible does. if this is your first introduction, I think it's going to be a fun one for you. I lightly remember this opener, how strict it is. Oh.
I remember years ago, someone told me I should take caution when it comes to love. I did.
It's fantastic. Anticipation opener.
My illusion, my mistake.
And plus the spotlight for Marina. Her range is great. Again, individualized vocal stylizations among everybody.
You have gone and so effortlessly. You have won, you can go ahead, tell them all I know.
I love it.
From the rooftops, riding on the skyline.
Perfectly in line with the original. Distinct changes, but still.
And my heart is broken. All my scars are open.
Same devotion.
I hoped would be impossible. Impossible.
And the reach on every vocal extreme, just, it's so impressive again with that intermingling. And the score to boot, perfect.
Love is hard. Falling for betrayal is worse. Broken trust and broken hearts. I know.
Anna's vocals are a perfect fit with this.
All you need is there. Building faith on love and words. Empty promises.
With slight waverances too.
And now, when all is gone, there's nothing to say. And when you're done with embarrassing me, on your own you can go ahead, tell them all I know.
This chorus section has such a good swing to it, paired perfectly for symphonic energy.
All we had is gone now. Tell them I was happy. And my heart
Just a sweeping experience, right?
all my scars are open.
Incredibly moving.
What I hoped would be impossible.
The fact that we can hear everybody individually too in the vocal intersection periods, like that chorus, Marina, Amanda, I distinctly identify that, as well as the other members. Just amazing to me, again, the individual definition, coupled well, but still identifiable. Such clarity.
I remember years ago, someone told me I should take caution when it comes to love. I did. Tell them all I know now. Shout it from the rooftops.
The pitch climb to notably Amanda really works to change this last refrain. It's good in Reintroduction, but it's impossible just not be moved by this score. I find it quite interesting how that close on scoring remains the same. Well, no, you notice that the vocals remain in the same position on that range. I think it's a higher D to a... Yeah, it's a higher D to a G. The score remains... Well, okay. The vocals stay the same based on, again, every verse preceding in that last section. The score mimics original patterns, where there's a vocal change to match that arrangement. The last piece differentiates. It feels like quite an interesting closure, and it's not what you expect. Even just on memory, I forgot about that. The definition, though, there's a lot I forgot about with that. I remember the original, the D to G scale within the chorus sections. That really stood out to me, and plus some of the chorus immediately came flooding back once it was revived. I forgot about the vocal reach, though, and part of the Amanda definition towards the end. Oh, she you know, again, present standing, for understandable reasons, you know, there was a departure from her for the group. I believe she wanted to spend more time. I think it was a family, if I read that correctly, which, again, totally understandable. But certainly in the earliest days, right, of my consideration of their work, but in our time together and of the band standing, she was a great asset. Now, all three members as well, aside from her, perfect fit in terms of an intersection. They've readily demonstrated that. And so in the new window of Femme Fatales, it's going to be quite fun to see how they encompass that. It's an understandable feeling of departure because Amanda's voice really breathes in those chorus sections. Again, it's so dominant for her on influence. But again, everybody in this team, truly competent delivery. I love what I hear. Atmospheric reinventions, deliberate symphonic choices, good scales, the strict openers on this one, plus the wave of the aggressive riff energy kicks in on specific areas, permitting sections for, on initiation, Marina Latorraca's range to be best demonstrated. Again, as I said, my suspicion was based not only on memory, but on suspicion, because the first two entrances we had on the visualizer front with an Exit Eden pairing, noting a Question in Time and Unfaithful, they were more of a compilation of events that, with Incomplete and Impossible, just based on memory. I couldn't remember who it was for Impossible, it's Marina, but these later chapters that we're investigating, again, I know out of order, forgive me, I didn't know this going in advance. I'm going by album track listing. These stories specialize one member in particular and give a loose story, and to see the way that the visualizers as well mimic who's in concentration vocally, certainly on a first appearance, is really nice. Just to get steady on introductory status, this is why I love collaborations, right? The networking process. We learned so many new names together for my own amusement, of course, and perspective journey in deepening in a deeper relationship within the European metal sphere. And so many names pitched to me on a regular basis. But Exit Eden, what a platform to entertain so many new artists on, with Marina Latorraca and what I've experienced, and Amanda Somerville, who haven't gotten to yet in terms of isolated recognition with their works, but for Clementine Delany and Anna Bruna, truly impressive stuff. But what a platform to have a debut engagement with. Beautiful window with Exit Eden. I truly do love their work. And Shontelle, that original piece, again, my first ever Barbadian-based pop, I guess, number, beautifully told on story, same emotions, so clear and well embodied by Impossible. The Exit Eden version, just amplified with symphonic styling. Grand energy, atmospheric, welcome reinvention. One that I do think is quite respectable of her. Takes its own, departure points, notably the key. The pace matches, certainly it's a very even synonymy between the two. And even the vocals, certainly the sentimentality of the lyrics are best embodied emotionally by the power of the voices. But individually, key, force, and styling, of course, a worthy recognition of that original number. Just with a new face, but still deeply respectable. I love that about Exit Eden. Some of the best covers I've looked at yet. And we look at many, but these ones, just favorite experiences for me. And I hope it's shared with you down below. But of course, music is a personalized experience in how we entertain it. So feel free to share your own thoughts and point of approach of Exit Eden. I'd love to hear about it. We're going to develop further. Again, I promised you a full album deep dive and journey with anything pretty much available from Exit Eden, coming up with our last reintroduction before we get back into the Fresh Impression Model Witness, which will be fun, of course. Next entrance. Oh, interesting story too to how we approach that one. Frozen, the Madonna cover. I'm looking forward to that one as I do any entry from Exit Eden, and in our return journey, it's great, isn't it? Each piece, truly, a welcome symphonic metal treasure. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.